here talking college football. Let's talk about games before we get to the ugly elephant in the room. Alabama and LSU. Are you allowed to call a game of the century if nobody gets an end zone?
Debatable, because I've wondered that. I mean, that was one of the best games I've seen.
Also, really boring.
Yeah, boring. I mean,
Oklahoma and Kansas State was on the other side of the dial, and that was a goddamn shootout.
6-6 going into overtime. Whew.
Yeah, barn burner.
Yeah. I think the over-under was like 49. Like, are these people insane? I mean, in I knew these defenses were good, but 6-6? Damn, son.
Yeah. And it's not like the offenses of both these teams are complete pushovers either.
No, they're good.
You got to put points on the board to win. And
Alabama, they missed, 4 field goals? Well, missed 3, had 1 blocked.
How does that kicker feel?
Like poop? Well, if I'm not mistaken, they have 2 kickers. 1 for long field goals, 1 for short field goals. Which to me doesn't make any sense.
They both failed you, apparently.
Right. That's a fact.
Like, wouldn't you just be like, hey, you're the one who can kick the long field goals, so the short one shouldn't be that hard. So why don't you kick all of them?
Did you see the
other guy punts?
Did you see the pick that Eric Reids had on the 1-yard line?
Did not.
Okay. Alabama's driving down. I think it was the third quarter. They do a little wildcat. Their wide receiver, Mays. What the hell's his last name? I don't know. Mays throws it up. He was a quarterback in high school. Throws it up. The tight end jumps. As he's coming down, the corner basically rips it out of his hand. And all you see when they land is basically just 2 guys on top of each other. No homo.
Pause.
And you can't tell who has the ball. All of a sudden, he rips around, and the defenseman has the ball. Uh-huh. So they were like, well, you can't really tell who had it, so they would normally give it to the offense.
Right.
That was not the case. They gave it to the defense, reviewed it, and still gave it to the defense. Wow. And I was baffled. But it was one hell of an interception, and that basically saved the day for LSU.
Your mother's an angel. I just let you know right now. She just brought us both Coke Zeros.
Les Miles, by the way. Nothing against Mr. Nick Saban.
Everything against Nick Saban. He's a douche.
But he's a good coach.
Classiest thing I think I've ever seen a coach say after a game is, I would be honored to play that team again.
Yeah, with Les Miles, yeah.
Mad props.
I heard they didn't shake hands after the game. I don't know if that's true. I was told that. But I didn't hear anything about it. I'm assuming ESPN would have blown that out of proportion like they do everything else.
ESPN. Come on.
But Les Miles, it was funny. I was listening to the wonderful and all-knowing Brett Musburger, and he was saying how, this whole year Jarrett Lee has been the starting quarterback for LSU.
Right.
And they basically sprinkled in Jordan Jefferson, even though Jefferson was a starter last year.
Yes, he was.
Well, Musburger made a good point that Les Miles won't admit it, but he probably had this planned the whole year once he found out about Jefferson, that Jefferson probably could have started every game the whole year.
Right.
But he didn't want there to be that much tape on Jefferson for Alabama to basically scout.
Smart man.
And so basically, once Lee started to struggle, he's like, all right, here's Jefferson. And I mean, not that he put any points on the board, but Alabama didn't really have an answer for him.
Plus, Brett Musburger's like half a Jesus.
Yeah, basically.
How much football has that man seen in his lifetime? Jeez.
It's always just ridiculous games.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.